Happy noontime, everybody. It's El Sancho Live. Everybody's been asking me to go live during the day because every time I'm live during the day, people love it. So here I am. I'm live during the day with a big interview. Major Lee Awesome is live. Major Lee, thank you for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me, El Sancho.
Major Lee, you have a new thing added to your resume recently, and I would like to know what your resume title on this new venture, Activism News Network, is. What's your title? Like, what is your official title in this new venture?
I guess you could say CEO. I mean, I am the sole proprietor of the Activism News Network. I came up with the ideal. I have a subscriber, a gentleman that Tom, and he's been a very successful businessman all his life. He started out, I believe, with 13 radio stations, and now he's in his 70s. He's down to 5. He's winding it down. But he came to me and he talked to me about 501c3s. He's on the board of I believe 3 of them. And we've been talking, and he helped me along formulate the ideal. But I came up with the ideal. I put it together. I did all the research. Then I approached first and foremost my close guys at Bang, and then along with some other Florida auditors, and then some other auditors that I've worked with personally, like Wolfie Gladley, who's now California, who's now. And we sat down and pitched the idea to them, and everybody seemed to like it. So we decided to go ahead with it.
Do you have a little feedback, my guy? And I want to catch everything you said. So I'm going to knock you off and knock you back on. But if you want to check your Wi-Fi connection too. All right, 1 second. I don't think that works, by the way. Everyone says it does. So it could be a connection issue. Press 1 in the chat if you guys have a little reverb issues.
I'm out in the woods, so my Wi-Fi is even still kind of spotty along with my service.
All right. So let's why don't we hold on to that like teddy bear tight and try to get through this. All right. Walk us through the name. Like, when did you come up with, try to walk us through the name Activism News Network, and where you came up with that name, and what were the other options for this?
I'm not big on names. I'm not really that witty. So I just wanted to try to encompass, something that would, clearly tell people what it was about, because there's no, trial run or test period really where you can see the stuff. So I wanted the name to incorporate the fact that it was activism and news into, a network. So basically that's why. I mean, there was no 12-hour naming session that me and my wife and people went through. It was just something that came off the cuff, and I like it, and everybody else seemed to like it, so we just stuck with it.
I want to give a big shout out to the chat. Hello, that's Southern H, Shithead, Koofless, Kev, Catherine, George. Thank you, everybody, for being here. If anyone can do me a favor and post this link in Discord, Massholes in mine, I'd appreciate that. Thank you, guys. So walk us through your initial, let's start with A before we get the P and T and all that stuff. Walk us through the birth of this. Like, why did you want to come up with this idea in the first place?
Well, there's always been talk in the community about, what changes we are actually, implementing. And, for the people that don't do this work, I could tell you that a lot of the changes come from just, personal citizens. So I get a lot of emails from people that have watched my videos and been empowered by them. I've also taken some of the videos that they've made after watching my videos and becoming empowered. To me, that's a a really good moment to me when somebody emailed, "Hey, listen, I got pulled over the other night, but because of watching your videos, I was able to assert my rights and go home safe, or go home without a ticket, or whatever else they may have done or prevented." So that's always been important to me. But as I said on the panel the other night, while I'm on one side of the city, I'm denying ID to one officer because he doesn't have the legal ability to ask me. There's other citizens on the other side of the city that are just giving up their rights freely. So it's sort of like pinky into a 10-foot sized hole, Yeah, there is going to be a little bit of slowdown there, but the mass amount of hole that you're not plugging is plugging. So I thought to myself, how can we, I guess, supercharge the community? How can we, supercharge the education process? And obviously, people have been trying to, change the education process through regular means for years and years, through petitions and laws and stuff like that. But, from when I went to school from now, I hate to say it, but people are getting stupider. You know what I mean? Like, so obviously that route isn't working. So, some people like you were talking about classes and such as that, and that kind of fit in with what I was thinking. But we needed a way to pay for these classes. We needed a way, and yeah, we could do classes and charge for them, but that's shaky at best. A lot of people, even if they need the information, don't want to pay for it, because I mean, in reality, the information is already out there. Um, so they need a way that they can receive the information that's not costing them, that's not inconveniencing them, I guess, because obviously people only learn when it's convenient for them. So um, and doing this individually on YouTube, we can make a little bit of money perhaps, but it's not one person on YouTube can't accomplish what we're trying to accomplish here. Even if us 20, just stayed on YouTube, it's still not going to generate the funds that we would need in order to do the workshops. And then again, you'd have all the problems that everybody thinks is going to happen with this thing. You'd have people that say they donate to the education part and then they wouldn't, or yada yada yada. So I wanted to get everything under one banner. Okay, so I'm the sole proprietor, so all the money will come into my account. And again, this is all contracted out, so it's not like I can skim off the top or anything. So everything is contracted out as how the money is going to be used. And then this way, there a lot of the worries that people have will be, slipped away. This guy's not going to skim, and this guy's not going to take too much money, and all that other stuff. So um, we wanted, again, just a vehicle, I guess, in order to generate the money needed to do these workshops. Like I said, we're taking a very small cut, and again, we are foregoing ads on the videos. We could have easily done a subscription plus added ads to the video, but again, we want this to be as simple and smooth as possible, and as transparent as possible. Calls of money and organization and diva-ness, I guess, amongst auditors in general.
Drama. All like you see, it's drama.
Right,
Unnecessary,
exactly.
petty drama. High school bullshit drama. A lot of these auditors,
and
a lot of these auditors.
You know me.
All right. Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, and you know me. I'm not for the drama. So
Right.
and that's what I'd like to keep it. And that, again, that's why, when people say, oh, there's going to be infighting and stuff like this and this and that, I'm the guy at the top. Now, I
Yeah.
can't just arbitrarily dismiss somebody out of the
Right.
group, because it is a membership based group, and they are under contract.
Right.
But also, all of us together are not going to allow one person or two people to corrupt the whole system. You know what I mean? Um, so, I mean, I think I picked a great group of guys. I mean, a lot of them, again, I've worked with personally, so I know their content personally. I know what their goals are, what their values are, why they got into auditing, what they want out from it, and that's why I picked some of the guys that I did. Now, I don't know a lot of people in the auditing community, because again, I work a lot, and I audit a lot, and I'm a busy guy. So, I started with what I started with, and then we had planned to expand up to 40 40 activists, if we could find 40 activists that kind of mesh with our style, which is not drama, not provoking, education, going out and sitting quietly in a corner. You know what I mean? Like, there's just some stuff that I I don't want to say personally believe in, but I think is the way it should be done. You know what I mean? You don't need to go in there and be like, "Do you guys honor your constitutional oath? Do you guys know this?" You know what I mean? Like, none of that is needed. Go in there with your camera, sit in the corner quietly, 3 or 4 minutes. Nobody bothers you. They pass, get the hell out, go to your next spot. You know what I mean? Like, that's an audit to me. Are you there?
I'm a fucking rookie here. I'm sorry. So you mentioned ad free. Is there a marketing strategy for advertisers to purchase some advertising space in your network?
No, no. There's no advertisements at all. There never will be. Okay. Again, we're not trying to uh make money off this. We're really not. We're trying
Right.
to pay us the least amount as possible, and then use the most amount as possible to go to
Right.
education.
Right.
And I guess we could put advertising in there and donate to the cause too. But again,
Right.
I don't feel that there's a reason to. I feel that the subscription fee will be enough to get the education that we want done, and that's that. You know what I mean? It's a simple device built for a simple purpose, and we want to try to run it simply. Um, the um, the
So your
What
number
was I going to
one
say? I forgot what I was going to say.
so your number one marketing platform is going to be like YouTube, correct?
Billboards. They have a thing called blip. I think it's blip billboards, where it's the LED billboards. You pay for like 30 seconds of ad time, and it flashes up, to certain times during the day.
Right.
So I'm going to go for, those kind of billboards. I'm going to go for, I do believe Roku has like a featured section, where you can check out some of the newer channels and the featured channels.
Right.
So we're gonna, try to get in that and stuff like that. So I mean, there's definitely going to be a lot of advertisement. There's going to be a lot of promotion from it in a lot of different ways. Business cards, stickers, like you said. People will, eventually we're going to get to the shirts and hats and stuff that we can wear while we're out on the audits and stuff. But a lot of the subscribers, I'm thinking, are going to come over, not from YouTube, but just regular people looking for police interactions, reality TV. This is the most reality TV that they'll ever put out. You know what I mean? These are live, real life interactions. This is body cam. This is 911 calls. So for the people out there that are interested in the police aspect, reality aspect, I mean, it gets no better Real PD, not even close. Cops, nowhere near us. You know what I
Right.
mean? This is reality. So it's
Right.
some clever. So I'm hoping to expand actually the First Amendment auditing community, and grab people that either aren't involved because it's on YouTube or because they don't know about it at all.
Right. Big thanks to Shithead for the $10 donation. Thank you so much. Let's talk about donations. Great segue. There are people in your community, I'm not saying names, but you know who I'm referring to, who rely heavily on donations. They essentially, it's a new thing every week with one person. What is your response to some people who have the thought, well, some of these people are asking for money from YouTube and taking it over to Roku, where you have to pay to subscribe to? What's your thoughts on that sentiment?
Right. Yeah. None of the money that people collect individually from YouTube will be accepted into my program unless it's them making a donation to the educational part. Okay, because they can't donate to my channel because it just doesn't fit into the financial aspects. I won't even accept that. You know what I mean? If you want to make a donation
Right.
in that aspect, it would go back and can be, people could look at it and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Everybody's still on YouTube. Everybody is still their own independent, journalist. If they want to, put ads on their YouTube, that's up to them. If they want to take donations on your YouTube, that's up to them. I'm not trying to restrict people's
Right.
creative in any way.
Right.
And again, if people are, requesting donations and stuff like that, I mean, if it's obviously excessive,
Right.
then I might you
Right.
talk to them a little bit about it, or even offer them to give money myself to them. This does good, so that way at least the 20 activists in it don't have to have donations anymore, because a lot of the donations are for bail and for lawyers' fees and for stuff like that. So I'm hoping to alleviate all of that. I'm hoping that the 20 of us can work on the site, and we don't need donations anymore. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
that's the goal. And I say that to mean that you can't count on them. And
Right.
I don't ask for donations
Right.
specifically myself. I do have my links
Right.
and stuff on my pages, and I
Right.
get very few donations because I'm not out there asking for them, and what have you not.
Right.
And I don't feel I should be out there asking for them. If I take a
Right.
trip to Missouri and my car breaks down, I should
Right.
have the money to pay for that. You know what I mean? Like I should probably expect that because I know my car.
Right.
So
So let's go to
I don't feel
so Shithead donated another $10, and he says they will eBay to produce teaser content, then send someone to the platform to spend more money to see the whole video. What's your thoughts on that? What's your response to that? You can have no comment to it. That's fine.
produce teaser content.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. I mean, I've never produced teaser content on my channel, whether it to be for an
Right.
upcoming video or not. But
Right.
I mean, I don't know why someone would need to e-beg to produce teaser content. I mean, does it cost something to produce teaser content? I mean, where would that e-beg even come in at? But again, here's the thing: all of our content, again, no one's leaving YouTube. All of our content is going to be on YouTube, except for the one exclusive. For me, it's going to be more. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, maybe a month exclusive videos that I put up only on the channel as a reward for those people that have subscribed to the channel to go and see. So most of the content, again, you're going to see on YouTube that you would see on the channel.
Right.
So again, it's a choice. You know what I mean? It's a choice.
So, are you aware that I run a nonprofit? Okay, I'll be blunt. All right, many don't know that, but I do. So I'm very in the know on a lot of these things. Um, the nonprofit mixture of SSI and SSID, like you do know that that is not kosher, and the IRS would act firmly on something like that. I can tell you that running, what I
What
do.
What do you mean?
Like the like, have you looked up the laws as far as like mixing, you know, there's a lot of people who are going to make money off this that are on SSI that are, and that's when you're on SSI, you have to report income. And a lot of these people, I'm not saying names, aren't reporting income. And the big thing with mixing the two of them from a legality standpoint is I don't think it's even legal to mix the two of that with a SSI, SSID, and being involved with the nonprofit. So, who is legally on the board of? Who's legally on your board right now?
On my board right now is a gentleman, a friend of mine named Tony, who's not involved in the First Amendment auditing community at all. He owns his own business. He makes about 500 grand a year. My other board member is my sister Bonnie, who has a PhD in I can't accurately explain it, but she does art therapy in the hospitals. Um, so she's on my board, and then my wife is on the board. So none of these people on my board are actually involved in the First Amendment auditing community or with
Right,
SSI or SSI disability or anything like that. None of the
right,
activists in AN is actually on the payroll or involved with the 501c3 as of yet.
right,
They will become involved only if they wish to become involved. And their part in the 501c3 is simply this. Okay, Joe Cool in Chicago. We want to do a workshop in Chicago. Joe Cool's our activist in Chicago along with DPN, but I'm just using Joe Cool as an example. So if Joe Cool wanted to be involved in the 501c3, basically his job would be to find the rental space for us to hold the workshop. He would be required to find the lawyers or professors that are going to teach that workshop, and negotiate some kind of pay fee with them and to promote said workshop. That would be his involvement in the 501c3, and of which he would receive, a small amount for putting everything together. You see what I'm saying? So he's not going to be an officer of the company, and he's not going to be a board member or anything of that nature. I mean, that's basically what the activists will be doing if they decide to take part in it. No one is required from Activism News Now, except for me, to take part in the 501c3. It's not a requirement of them.
right. So, how many of your team members are on SSI? Do you know of that receive income from the
Many of my
government?
many of them
Okay. The
is that what you're
legalities,
saying? Because
right,
I know many of them have jobs, so I'm unsure what you're talking about.
right.
Who you're
I,
talking
I'm
about? I
just,
mean,
I'm just,
I know Jeff is here, but that's the only one I could think of.
I'm just questioning the legalities of reporting income when you're on SSI. I'm not naming anybody names. There's multiple that are on it, not just one. So I'm just trying to. Is that kind of onus on them?
Okay.
Is like, do you as a CEO have it? That's on them to figure out, and the onus is on them.
Well, I mean, it's obviously on them because they're independent contractors that get 1099. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, so
Activism
I didn't
News
know that
Network
part.
is a
I
sole
didn't know that.
proprietorship ran by
Okay,
me. Okay, yeah, they are independent contractors who provide content to by sole proprietorships.
right.
So yes, the IRS onus is on them, for their 2% of these on them to provide. Now I'll be responsible for 62% of the money taken in by Activism News Network on my taxes.
Right.
I'll be responsible for the 2% I pay myself. I'll be responsible for the 10% that we put in the fund, and I'll be responsible for the 50% that we donate to the 501c3 to give away as much money as possible, as much money as is feasible tax wise. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to take money out of my daughter's birthday fund in order to give away a full 50% to the 501c3. Whatever we can give away and not actually cost us money is exactly what we're going to do.
So Shithead donates another $10, and he states, if you have a board of dictate work to your 1099s in any way, consulting, including legality, they are no longer independent, and in some states can be classified as employees in a lot of states. Are you aware of that part?
Yeah, I would like Shithead to be aware that there's two separate word for my 1099s. Okay.
Right.
I mean, this isn't hard. This really isn't hard. There's
Right.
two separate things going on here. We need to separate it, people. Come on.
Right. You do know super chats I'm going to read. I'm not trying to pick or prod you. I have to read super
Of, of,
chats.
of course. No. And I
Yeah.
like Shithead. Shithead, put a comment on there and on my page about why it wouldn't work, and I went over the two reasons why his theory was just not valid at all.
Are you able to
But
are you able to are you able to let us know those two reasons?
Well, yeah, Shithead was talking about how it wouldn't work because advertisers and because people would complain to advertisers, and the advertisers would pull their funding, and then all I would have left is the membership fee. But what he forgot to even ask, or I guess didn't care, was the fact that there is no advertisers, there is no advertisers fee, and the only money I was ever counting on was the membership fee. So, I mean,
Okay. What's your biggest complaint you've received so far? I mean, listen, this is the thing when you start a new business. You're going to get a lot of positivity, but you're going to get the other side of the fence as well. And I know you know that. I know this isn't your first venture trying to, trying to do your own thing and everything like that. You're running your own like YouTube thing, is essentially, being your own boss. What My two-part question to you is, what is the number one criticism or complaint you've heard, and what's your response to it? And B, in my opinion, the reason why a lot of these auditors are they don't have a moral compass. Some of them don't have a moral compass because I don't want to say all of them. I didn't mean all of them, but some of them don't have a moral compass because they're their own bosses. And a lot of it's for the first time ever. So they become drunk with power and they do and say whatever they want because nobody can fire them because they're their own boss. And they can call people, child predators and cunts and whores and all these disgusting things because they're their own CEO and nobody can tell them what to do. You are now in a position of a CEO of a lot of people who aren't used to being told what to do. Kind of walk us through that challenge you're going to have, and are you even aware of how much of a challenge that's going to be?
well, again, I'm not gonna try to restrict people's, creativity. The reason we, are trying to switch the platform is because YouTube itself restricts our creativity. I can't tell a person, how to act in their own life, in their own personal life, and I'm not even gonna try. I mean, obviously, if a person is becoming unruly to the point that it's a problem, then the whole 20 people are going to sit down and we're going to discuss the issue and talk about it amongst ourselves and see what we could do. But again, I'm not here to tell people how to live. And again, I would never do that. I've always said that as long as what you're doing is legal, I have no I don't want to say I don't have any issues. I won't say anything about it because to me that's hypocritical. Um, I can't say something about let's say Josh, and then yet in the same instance not say anything about Westboro Baptist Church. So the founders understood that these rights that we have would be open for abuse and that we'd have to take the abuse in order to reap the benefits of the rights. Um, so
How much of under like taking? I mean, you're not only going to be a CEO, but you're going to be the president of your like, non. Are you going to be the president and stuff of the of your group of the 501c3?
yes, my position on the paperwork, and I know Teresa R was asking about it, and she can find all the information. It is registered with the state of Florida. It's Expanding
No,
Freedom Incorporated, and that's
right.
XP, not EXP. So anybody that wants to look at the paperwork for the 501c3, you're more than welcome to. Again, it's all public records, so knock yourself out. Stop bothering me with the questions. You can find it yourself. Um,
But you do know this is what comes with the territory, and my fear with you
oh,
is you're gonna crack or under this. This is. I mean, listen, you got 50,000 subscribers, man. This isn't a walk in the park. I mean, this is something you know is going to happen, and I know you're going to get frustrated repeating the same things over again. But you're aware of there's always going to be two sides of this when you get into the like a business venture like such. This is a big deal in this like community, and it's a small community. You and I know this, so it gets people's attention right away. I mean, the majority of this like
right.
community, the majority of this community knows about this group, and there's like 95% of this like community that is a little toxic. I mean, not 95. I mean, it's a pretty high percentage. I'll just leave it. I don't want to offend. There's a pretty high percentage that's negative and toxic. And that's what you're going to get. Are you prepared for that?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm the kind of person that's gonna try to run towards the challenge and not away from it because, I mean, anything in life that's worth anything is going to be a challenge. Anything that comes easy, I mean,
Right.
you might as well just throw it away. So, yeah, I mean that's how I feel on that. Shithead on the elaborate on the 1099 employment status issue.
Right.
Activism News Now is a sole proprietorship.
Thank you.
Okay, it's me. Okay, and what I've done is I've contacted these other activists to be subcontractors. Okay, I don't tell them where to go. I don't tell them what to report on. I don't tell them anything to do with any of their work. Just like a regular 1099 employee doesn't get told, I don't tell them. They submit their content to me, and then I pay them at the end of the month, and at the end of the year, I 1099 them. I know it's hard for people to realize that other people besides them can understand 1099 and that kind of stuff, but I assure people that I'm paying for, and I have lawyers to back up the information.
Walk us through your recruitment of these interesting characters. I will say some of them are. I was quite surprised to not see some people on the list. Um, Walk us through your recruitment process and what requirements were you looking for? And B, why the fuck is it a sausage party only?
Again, because like I said, there was a starting point that had to be reached. We all understood that we would, be definitely taking on more people than what we started with. There are still emails out there that haven't been responded to that we're hoping are responded to. And again, I'm so busy that I don't get a chance to see a lot of work done by other people. So I took the people that I knew, like I said, that I've worked with, and I took some of the people that I have watched over the years, that I respected their work, and I asked them first. Now, I and as usual, when people come into the group, they've all made um, suggestions on who else we should bring in. Caroline in Fort Worth, Acura Amanda. I don't know Caroline in Fort Worth very well. I told that to her. I didn't, I said something, but I didn't mean it in a disrespectful way. But I'd only seen like one or two live streams of hers uh, in my whole life, and so I was unsure of her content. But I've looked that over, and I think she's a go-getter. I think she's out there doing some good work. So, that's the kind of people that we would like to include. Acura Amanda, she's out there. She's doing good work. She's a rising star. It looks like she's dedicated to the cause. One of the things I worry about is picking people that I haven't vetted, or haven't been vetted, and I don't want that stigmata attached to me. So I don't want to just be willy nilly and say, oh well, man, you do great content. Let me pick you out, and then all of a sudden find out you've got 15 child abuse charges in your past. So
Right.
I don't want to be that guy. So these were the people that again that I could vouch for at least a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I haven't researched everybody in the 20s, life. I definitely haven't. But these again are guys that I've worked with personally, or people that I've watched their work, and I greatly admire it. So that's the starting point. That was the recruitment process and ideal. And again, as we go on, I'm sure there's going to be other activists that come to my attention that I haven't seen. I believe
Right.
there's a gentleman named Mr. Porter out there that's doing great work. And again, I haven't
Right.
seen any of his videos. I'm just a busy guy. It's just the way it is. I know a lot of people think auditors don't work, but I actually have a job.
Right.
I got to work today.
Right.
And I've got a family, and I own my own business besides
Right.
YouTube and besides my Teespring and besides, all this other stuff.
Right.
um, so I just don't have the time. So it wasn't like a diss on any particular auditor or groups of auditors, or
Right.
men versus women or anything like that. It's what was available to me at the time, and I had to make a decision, and that's what I came up with. And I'm not
So
gonna
if this is a
apologize for it.
if this is too personal of a question, just say no comment. Do you have a family? Are you like married with kids?
Yes, I'm married, and I have two young daughters, 13
I
and
think
8.
you awesome. Congratulations, by the way. Daughters are awesome. Um, you mentioned that earlier with me. So that's why I wanted to confirm. Bro, there's only 24 hours in a day. How are you going to
Right.
handle all of this? Like we're talking family man, husband, CEO of multiple companies, president of a nonprofit, YouTuber. There's only 24 hours in a day, man. How are you going to handle all this with time management? I mean, this is a lot to undertake for one motherfucker. How are you going to handle all this?
Right. Well, I do have a team of people behind me to help me. Obviously, my wife and other people as well as that. But for people that are interested in time management, I would suggest the book, The 10 Natural Laws of Time and Life Management. But what you'll find is that book is that you have to prioritize your life and what's most important. So what's most important in my life is family. So family time's always going to come first. If my business fails behind that, if my health fails behind that, if I don't make my car payment, it's all behind the fact that I've done what I wanted to do first and foremost, which was spend time with family. The book will tell you that the average father spends about 7 minutes a week with their kids, and I find that to be true. That on average, parents don't spend a lot of time with their kids anymore, whether they're shipping them off to school, preschool, soccer practice, or sitting them in front of the TV with Xbox, or
Right,
TikTok or Musically or whatever else. So I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that'll try to criticize me while they're sitting on the chat panel for 6 hours while their kids are in their bedroom playing with their toys by themselves. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people being hypocritical and trying to shove that stuff onto me.
right,
But when you come to find out, if anybody was actually on my wife's Facebook page, you would see every week we spend family time, and we
right.
go places, we do things. We send them off to other people. Um, so yeah, family first, definitely for us, and that's never going to change. Like I said, if business has to fail in order for me to spend time with my children, then that's what it's going to be.
Just for the record, I don't want it to be known that I mean, do you have evidence that like these people are not monitoring their kids when they're on live panels, or that's just something that you assume?
Yeah, that's just something that I would assume.
Okay,
I
I
don't
just
know
want to make
anybody
sure. Yeah,
personally. Right. Yeah, I don't know any of these people personally, but
right,
I mean, I know, society and the way, things are going
right,
and the way, and this is, I don't want to say from personal experience, but a lot of personal experience from people I know and people I see. This is how kids are being raised these days. So, I mean,
right,
obviously my kids have friends and I see
right,
their friends and I see their parents and I see, you know what I mean? I see how they parent
right.
and stuff like that. So,
All right. I just wanted to just, you get listen, man, you got to be careful being a CEO of your own company and a president of a nonprofit, man. You got to do you have a publicist? Do you have someone that I need to go through now to get a hold of you and buffer things you say? You were like Liberty. You know what happened to Liberty Bird when he was on like Sancho Court? You know why he got tied up to a tree and waxed by his children? Because he didn't have a filter. He didn't have a filter
yeah,
and just blah, 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 said whatever he wanted to say. And Judge Sancho put his ass in check. I think that you, with all due respect, you need to adapt a filter because you got people that are teeter tottering subscribing to this network and you don't want to give them a reason not to.
right.
So let's talk about your 10 video requirement. Is that like a sticking point, or is that something you're kind of, you know, stretching a little bit?
Uh, on the 10 videos,
Yeah, because I think can you walk me? Okay, without divulging so much, or if you want to, walk us through what your requirements are for these auditors. Is it auditors and cop watchers? It's just activists, correct?
it's all activists, cop watchers, solo yacker, which is admittedly a Second Amendment auditor only, First Amendment auditors. Again, I got like John Felix and Questionable Authority. They're doing, stories on government corruption and such.
Right,
So, a lot of different stuff. So, the 10 videos again can be, stuff that they have on their channel now or stuff that they
right,
produce in the month, that they're putting on their channel. It's just 10 videos. Again, there's
right.
no creative, this or that with it. It's,
All
give
right,
me 10 videos, try to make one of them an exclusive, and, you've fulfilled your obligations.
right,
And, a lot of people, again, let me say, because I'm watching the chat and who controls the money and this and all this other stuff. And, it's easily to assume that, oh, George or Rogue controls all the money. So,
right,
he's going to be scamming or stealing or whatever. And I just want to remind people that there are things called frickin' contracts. They've been around for 2,000 years. And regardless of how smart these people in the chat think they are, Teresa and everybody else, it is okay if we pay a lawyer to help us out and work these contracts out and do all this stuff. We're not idiots, okay? It's
right.
not you guys in the chat, you're not the only ones that have ever ran a business or know how to run a business. You know what I mean? Like, stop thinking so highly of yourself. Other people can run a business. It'll be okay.
Okay. What kind of membership do the members have to do? Do the auditors have to pay a fee to join? And if so, what is that? And what's your rule book as far as joining this network as auditors concerned? What do you look for? And what do you look for and require? And do the auditors have to pay a fee? And what's the kickback fee for them? With this. So it's like three questions in one. See,
Okay,
the,
I didn't
the
understand.
problem, Teresa, is you showed up like 30 minutes during the interview. So, yeah, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Why don't you show up during the beginning of the fucking interview before critiquing the interview? I love you, but check yourself. Go ahead.
Again, my critique for auditors is to be dedicated to what they do. I definitely don't want to become involved with people that, the majority of people, in masshole, feel are provocative or with the drama, which is why I didn't contact Josh to be a part of it, even though I know he's going to jail or whatever have you not. But I mean, if you notice, none of the people that get talked about in Masshole have made my list. So I mean, obviously, I mean, you could tell from right there that there is some kind of qualifications, okay, and they could take this, everybody could take it however they want, but I conduct myself a certain way. And while I don't expect everybody to conduct myself a certain way, I'm not going to invite somebody that's at the exact opposite of how I conduct myself. It's just not going to happen, and that's the bottom line. I don't, again, I don't badmouth anybody, because if you're out there practicing your First Amendment right and it's legal, obviously it's legal because you're not getting arrested, then more power to you. But that doesn't mean I have to accept you into my group, or accept the method that you do it, and change my method to be more like yours. I guess you could say I'm from the Jeff Gray kind of thought pattern. I talk to Jeff almost every week. I consider him a good friend, and he's been a great mentor.
Right.
I don't think anybody in the auditing community, Masshole or trolls or anybody around, could has much to say bad about Jeff Gray and how he works. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Teresa, I know he's no Jeff Gray. No shit, dumbass.
So who's the listen, boss man? You sound like Donald Trump right now. Calm down. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
Jeez.
mean it's just stupid.
I
Of
know,
course
but
I'm
I
not
know
Jeff
you're.
Gray.
It seems like you're buckling, my guy. You got to compose yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think people are going to have questions. This is what comes with running a new business in a small community. A lot of people have questions, and I think you need to embrace that and not insult people for asking questions or having skepticism, because you just told me like a half hour ago you're not going to accept that from your group to go after people, and they need to carry themselves in a professional way. And here you are calling Teresa an idiot.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I think
yeah,
you
but
got a lot. There's a lot on your plate right now. You know what I'm saying? But I think the holding back before I mean, like, there's always that like analogy, think before you press send. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's going to be huge with you, because if you keep calling people in this chat who could be anywhere in the world but they're here listening to us an idiot, you're essentially inciting like no name audits to call someone cunts every 55 minutes like he always does. What are you doing?
yeah, but I don't watch that guy's stuff, so I don't know what he does.
Well, I don't know why the hell I don't know why the hell he's a part of the network, to be completely blunt with you. That was one of the names that absolutely
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who's a part of the network?
no name audits.
Get out of here, dude. That's the
He's not a,
craziest,
he's,
stupidest
he,
thing I've ever heard.
wasn't he on the panel and said he was a part of your group? Because I was okay. Listen, I was part of the assumption that he was a part of your group. I will stand corrected
No,
right now if he's not.
no, no, he's definitely not, and neither
Oh,
was Righteous Media, who was also up on the panel.
so
Jeff
people are
controlled the
claiming.
panel, so he let people up there to talk.
Okay, all right. So hey, I'm sorry. I was under the assumption no name was on. I did a stream the other night when people came up to talk about it, and I kept saying, "Why the hell is no name a part of this group?" And nobody corrected me and said he wasn't. So my apologies there. So I'm glad you didn't have him. Are you able to kind of list the people that are in the group to put this rumors to bed of people claiming to be, etc.? Can you?
I can try. My list is on my phone, which I'm doing the live stream on right now. But I can put out as many names as I can recall off the top of my head. And that is John Felix, Big Nick, South Florida Accountability, James Madison Audits, Solo Yacker, me, obviously, Wrights Crispy, News Now South Florida, Government Accountability, Eyes on the State. We've got Tyrant Slayer Studios. We've got Wolfie Gladly. We've got, did I already say News Now California?
No.
Okay, we got News Now California, we got Freedom to Film, we got Chuck Bronson, we got Disorderly Product News, we've got Joe Cool, we've got Questionable Authority. Gosh, I know I'm probably missing some here.
Right. So
yeah, I mean, that's all I can give off the top of my head, and I hate doing that because everybody's an integral part. Oh, Jeff is here.
You don't want to forget, like you don't want to forget someone. I know you don't want to forget someone, and you don't want to piss someone off by saying, "Hey, you forgot me. Am I still a part of the team?" Like, come on now.
Right. No, everybody's just as important. What I need to do is I need to write the list down so I have it handy when anybody asks me the question. But it's on my phone.
Or just send me a little list, like a little poster list of the roster, and I'll just highlight it and just show people. That'd be easier. Has this been tried before and failed, or something similar to this, or has this exact same blueprint tried before and failed? And if so, are you aware of that, and what have you learned from that failure?
I haven't seen this tried before. I do know, and basically I do know from Desert Sentinel and the folks in Masshole that something similar has been tried before, but only similar in the fact that a couple of people got together. Their idea was to start their own channel or their own website and collect revenue for themselves. So I don't think anything even remotely similar has been tried before. I mean, if you want to say, Furry's web, I think a lack of logic in between the two, concepts. One obviously is definitely not anything like the other. So I guess you could say, because the right airplane, fell out of the sky, maybe no one should build an airplane. I don't know.
Is Jeff Gray a part of your group?
No, he's not yet. I've sent him the proposal. I've talked with him about it, and he said he'd think about it. But he is not, as of this moment, involved with it. So,
are you actively recruiting other auditors to join this right now? And if so, who's on your wish list of who you want to join your network?
Jeff Gray, definitely. I talked with Johnny 50. I sent emails to Spitting Cobra, Cop Watch, and there's a couple others that that I've reached out to, and again, there'll be more that we come across that we'll decide to take in, because that they're doing it the right way. They're handling themselves, like you said, appropriately, I guess, professionally.
Right. Are you okay with the chat asking some questions? Because they're bumping. There's like 50 plus people. So I'm trying to manage all the questions at once. So if I kind of open the floodgates now for the chat to ask questions, are you cool with that?
Yep.
Or do you have like a few more, like a half hour or so, or how much time do we have left with you?
I'd say, yeah, maybe about 20 minutes, and then I'll have to jump off. But I mean, whatever questions, sure, go ahead.
I am so my biggest thing is I am hearing rumors that hold on one second, my screen's acting up. That Fuck the DSS is in your group. That's not him. Hold on. Not him. This individual. Hold on a sec. Can you kind of confirm or deny that this individual is in your group?
DSS is not in my group.
He is not in your group.
And again, right.
See how the rumors are? You see how the rumors are? You see how easy it is for someone to do it? Okay, good.
I say my group because I've started it, but really it's all our group, and we'll make decisions, again, all of us, about who lets in and who doesn't get in. But yeah, I did start it, and it is my brainchild. So if I say it's my group, it's not because I'm some controlling Marxist.
Right. So are you okay if I let somebody else on the panel with us to ask you a couple questions?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, but I need Teresa to behave and apologize for earlier what she said. Those are the two things I'm asking, and I will send her a link to come on this panel because we need to be professional here. She's my advisor, and I got to calm her down today. What the fuck is going on in this world? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what is, all right, let me, I got to calm her down for once. This is crazy. What percentage do these auditors receive in this? You know, I mean, like, what's their cut? What's their financial cut in all this? I mean, $4 is a low fee. You know, it's not like $10 like the wrestling like network is, and etc. What's the cut for these auditors?
I've done the breakdown a couple of times, but I'll go through it one more time for you guys. It's a $3.99 a month membership subscription. Okay. And we're going to use, you know, $3.99. So let's say we only have one subscriber, and this is how the breakdown on the money will go. 99 cents of it's going to go to Roku and to tvstartup.com, which are the companies that are hosting the channel, maintaining the channel, and that sort of thing. Of the $3 left, as it stands now with 20 auditors, we will get 2% each of the membership fee of the $3. Okay. That's 40%. 10% of the membership fee will go to the bail fund, lawyer fund, at least 50%. And again, as much of that 50% that we're allowed to donate without paying out of our pocket for is what will be donated to the 501c3. Now, if we get more auditors in there, like I'd say at the most 40, because, you know, 40 obviously would work with the pay structure we've already got set up. So if we take up to 40 auditors on, then each one is getting 1% of the $3, which again, this is nothing. I mean, this is really nothing. We're taking a pay cut. If we were to put our content on YouTube or put our content on this channel, YouTube is going to make us, you know, more money. But this platform is going to generate more money to do the activism that we want to do, which is the education part.
Teresa can't come on panel, but she wants to know: did your latest charges get dismissed yet? That was a bad arrest.
No, they haven't. You know, it's only been 2 days. My lawyer, I just gave him the case number yesterday, so he's going to be calling. He's not licensed in Alabama, but he went to law school up there in Mississippi, so he knows a lot of the players up in that area. So he's calling the prosecutor to find out, you know, what they're going to do with the charges. But yeah, you know, if there was any other municipality or place in the States, I'd say, yeah, there's no issue. But these guys down there, if you've seen the video, and I'll release another video in the next day or two from, I almost got arrested right before I got arrested. I mean, these guys are really out of control. And you know, they actually ask for your social security number to ID you with, which goes against the 1974 privacy law. You're not,
Right.
a government agent's not allowed to ask you for your social security number as a means to identify you.
Right.
So I got the police officer to tell me on camera that it was mobile police department policy to break federal law and request that social security number. Now, he was actually going to arrest me if I didn't give him my social security number. These guys got a lot of work to do.
Right. So can you walk us through again your board for those who haven't heard it again? Who's the treasurer? Who essentially is going to be the #1 person in charge of finances?
Well, we put some names on there just to, you know, to get the application through. But again, after talking with some lawyers, I think the board will have to change a little bit for reasons of they can't be related. Like 2 board members can't be related by blood or marriage. So I'm going to probably have to, you know, take down my sister and put up, you know, somebody else, because my wife's already on the board. So my wife and my sister are related by marriage. So the initial paperwork, you know, was put in there to kind of get it through, but we haven't solidified who exactly that'll be. I believe I got my wife as the treasurer of the 501c3, and I believe I have News Now South Florida as the secretary and me as the president right now. But again, that's subject to change. So we'll see.
Are you going to apply for grants?
I myself am not. Again, it behooves a man to know when his expertise has been exceeded, and grant writing and grant funding is beyond the scope of my expertise. So I would definitely be looking to hire a grant writer. And again, I've looked into this, so I know that they're available. So that would be the way I would go if
Right.
again we need the money to continue on, or to do what we need to do.
Do you have an allocated salary yet for this in any of the ventures?
No, again, I I take the same 2% that everybody else does in the network. I'm contractually obligated to that 2% and no more, just like everybody else. And again, when more people come in, that'll even go smaller. If we take in Carolina, Fort Worth, and Accurate Amanda, all of our pay goes down from 2% to 1.88%.
Right.
So um, just the fact that we're willing to take in more people shows the fact that it's not about the money, because for each person we take in, we're
Right.
losing money. So yeah, no, there's no get rich scheme here for me. I'm not going to be able to siphon funds and buy jets and homes in Morocco.
Right.
But I mean,
so I want to do this. I want to bring someone on that maybe you can interview to join your network. Would that be something you're okay with? I'm fascinated on what you do with recruitment. Do you interview people? Is there a list of questions? I mean, how hands-on are you with the interview process, or do you just pick people?
the interview process really is their activism. So again, I don't ask, where they've lived the last 5 years. I don't ask how many cats and dogs they've had, or anything of that nature. Yeah, references or anything of that nature. Your activism is what is important to me. Your dedication to the activism.
Right.
Again, the way you conduct yourself up to a certain point. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
again, everybody knows how I operate. They know how everybody in that's in the group operates. So if someone is the extreme opposite of me, or even what someone would consider whoever's the most extreme in the group, if
Right.
you're the exact opposite of what they're doing, chances are you won't be getting an email. If
Right.
I'm looking for people pushing the limits. Anybody can go out there and stand on the corner with a camera and yell and curse and say this or that, and swore they've won, and swore that they're protecting rights. But in order to expand rights, we got to make that extra push. You know what I mean? We got to sit in the front of the bus and not at the back of the bus. You know what I mean? We can't do something that we know we're that is no question about it being legal. You know what I mean? You gotta step on the property. You gotta go into the city hall.
Oh
You know what I mean?
shit! Sorry, I just got $100 donation, dude. I'm sorry. Southern H, thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Wow, that scared the shit out. Weird. I never got that before. I was like, why is it red? That must be a good thing or a bad thing. It's a great thing. Thank you, Southern H. Sorry about that. Whew. Sorry, that's huge.
Thought Chad was on fire. Yeah, no, thank you. Absolutely.
With you. I got my cherry popped with you. I'm telling you.
Well,
you and I also,
that's
you and I also shared another special stream. I did a day stream with you and Wrights Krispies, and my now girlfriend Jess H went on right after you. Yeah. Yeah. So that's another special thing, I mean, I don't remember you and Wrights as much as her, to be honest. No offense, but but walk us through the bailout money. Getting out these auditors who get arrested, etc. Walk us through what that's like in the that whole process.
Well, again, like I stated on numerous streams, there's the 10,000 subscriber payout threshold. Once we reach that, that's when we'll start collecting money in the fund. We'll start payouts to the auditors, and we'll start, putting the other percentage of the money into the business account for the 501c3. Now, everybody in the group, and I guess, pretty much anybody that asks is going to know how much money we have in that fund. So, as we go through it, and it's going to be replenished obviously every month, subscribers, that's how it's going to work. So if we bail out, 5 people this month, we should have more money next month. But whatever's available is all we have. You know what I mean? So there's no legal contract that says that we automatically have to bail you out. You know what I mean? It's whatever's available for us to use is what we will use. And again, this isn't a hard wall thing here. If Rice Krispie goes to jail and we've bonded out, 3 other guys, and we've got, $2 left in the account, I'll kick in the extra money to bail out Rights. You know what I mean? So it's not a hard wall thing. I mean, we're still all, friends for the most part. We're still all, co-workers for the most part. And we want to do the right thing. You know what I mean? That's basically why we're doing it, because we want to do the right thing. We're so tired, and I'm so tired of hearing all the people that say all the bad things we do. So I said, okay, well, let's try something that we can, hopefully other people can get behind, and again, still, it's nothing, it's still nothing but, oh, you're going to, fail, and, you're a loser, and it's a scam. And, of course, nobody ever wants to say, well, hey, wait a minute, let me just give them a couple of moments and have it look out. Everybody's got to be the Miss Cleo who could see the future. So it just makes me mad.
So Paul doesn't know this, but he's on my team now. I've stolen him from Kenny Klein, masshole. Fuck them all. Paul's with me now. He's on Team Sancho. Exclusive invite, my guy. Hit him with 2 questions or concerns you have for him. His time is getting limited.
Well, the only concern, I've only got one concern, which I brought up in chat. I do have one thing, though. Dude, please start pronouncing the city right. It's Mobile, not mobile.
Yeah, that's one of my failings, my pronunciation. So I'm sorry about that.
I say
no worries. No worries. I still call a crick. So, but no, my only concern is you brought up your board of directors with the 501, 501c3, with the family members you have. I'm assuming it's going to grow before it goes active, right? Because you can't have 49%, or what is it? You can't have more family members than you can non-family members on the board per IRS.
Right. And Paul, let me just say, that's why I hired the lawyers to finish up my bylaws and to submit the application for my 1023 easy form. I'm totally clueless about 501c3. I'll be the first to admit it. However, okay. I do have a subscriber who's on the board of 3 of them, who's been sort of my mentor and who I ask questions for. But again, I'm smart enough to know I'm out of my depth. I'm smart enough to know that there is somebody who does know these answers, and I'm smart enough to know that I have to pay to get this done. So that's what I'm doing.
Right. I mean, again, like I said, I honestly wish you guys the best with that. I've got my own personal, I don't think it's going to work thoughts, but honestly, I hope it does work. Just in the case of organization is key. I've served on a nonprofit for a while now for pancreatic cancer.
Right.
That was mainly because my mom passed from the thing, and it's a horrible, horrible disease. The one thing I can tell you, though, is regardless of lawyers and all that fun stuff, make sure that everybody's got their own independent lawyer to review any contracts, anything like that.
Right.
I mean, in the long run, it's going to serve everybody well.
Right.
The other thing you want to worry about, though, is, you want to make sure that you're screening these guys closely. I understand you're going to be advocating for or say using some of the monies for bail, etc. But you don't want one individual to take down the entire organization just because he's an asshat. Pardon my French.
Well, I mean, that's my fear for a guy like Joe Cool. I don't know why you would bring that guy on your team. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, Captain. I mean, what were you thinking? I mean, so please respond to Paul first.
What's that?
I need you to please respond to Paul first, because he had an excellent, statement question. Sorry, I killed it. I'm like a 10-year-old sometimes.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. If you're talking about, people in the 501c3, looking at their contracts with their own lawyers and such like that, I'm fully supportive of that. again, we want to do everything, by the book. There are areas that I'm not knowledgeable in. I am knowledgeable enough to realize that I'm not knowledgeable in that area, and to find the appropriate help, for myself and for the other folks.
Right.
Right.
So again,
I want you to protect yourself mainly, because I mean, how the group that's against you, or these large groups against you, including myself in some ways, not entirely. Like I said, I support you. I'm just, I don't advocate exactly what everybody does. That people are going to be making those public requests. They're going to be looking in everything. They're going to be scrutinizing everything. So I mean, obviously you're well aware of that. You're going to call them trolls, etc. But they do have the rights to, because they're going to be looking for that.
Right.
I have one more thing to say real quick before I hop off, because I got to go back to work. Joe Cool, I still want to see a video of you auditing the Wiener Circle, or a group of people coming in to audit the Wiener Circle.
What is the Wiener Circle?
Oh my God.
You've never
listen, man. He's not
oh my God.
He's not going to come back if you make an offer like this to him.
How do you not know the Wiener Circle in Chicago, man? You got to look that up. They're prided by insulting their customers. It's great.
Oh, really? Kind of like the soup Nazi thing on Seinfeld. You expect I don't know.
Hey, Joe, it's sort of like Ed DeBevick's. It's sort of like Ed DeBevick's or Dick's Last Resort, I bet.
Right.
And I have never even seen an episode of Seinfeld or Friends or anything like that, to be honest with you. But yes, I'll Google it or something.
Joe, walk us through. Yeah, he doesn't know what it means.
Yeah, I don't.
He doesn't know what it means. That's the problem.
I don't.
Joe, walk us through this process with you. When were you contacted to join this network, and what was your hesitations, if any, to join this network?
My man, I love you. You asking good shit. You do. Girl, I want to compare you to niggas, but I don't want to say names and have people mad at me.
There's nobody like me.
You asked the good shit, bro. Let me be honest with you. Let me be clear. When Rogue asked me, because of who he is, he had 90+% shot that I was gonna be in. And then, any legal shit, he's the cat I'd call and go to for advice anyway. So to me, that was a large part of the draw. And the other part, it's on TV. Everything I've seen it been offered and asked to do has been on the internet. This is the first time we've had a shot at this, so it's really attractive to me. And he approached me like a plain motherfucker. He called up and told me what was going on. At that time, we thought it would be 40. And he said be 20, and basically I'm sure he told me what he's telling y'all. And because we're friends, I got his number. I figured I'm in. I want to support you any way I can. It's a great idea, and we'll rap later. And I was going out of town. I've been putting it off for a week or so. Then it just got canceled, so we haven't had a chance to talk. And Ro, I got questions. I'm not gonna ask him here. We'll talk. But I do want to know, I just got here and saw something about your family doing. What part does your family play?
I'm on the board of the 501c3. My sister and the wife are board members, along with another gentleman that's a friend of mine.
Okay. All right. I guess, all right. That's the 501c3 shit. All right. I thought it was, all right.
So there was there was a name that wasn't on your list that I was really surprised about. Mo, there was a couple names, and one of them I want to bring up, Mr. Liberty Bird, who I think is a little hurt by this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna speak for him.
Oh no,
he's gonna go on and say, "No, Sancho, I don't mind at all, man. I'm focusing on other things. I don't care about this. This is small potatoes, man."
But I put you on the spot. Bird is dead.
I think
Bird is dead.
No, he's not. He's not only dead. He's
dead.
He has feelings, Joe. He's got feelings.
I heard the cat was dead.
Left. He just rage quit. He left. Way to go, Joe. Way to go. You said a guy who's already emotional, who didn't get picked for the kickball team. You're saying that he's dead now. Good job, Joe Cole. Good job, my guy. Good job. Oh my God, he's never gonna talk to me again.
I almost went to the funeral. I'm pretty sure he's dead. When
There was
Citizen
no
Slaves comes back,
funeral.
when Citizen Slaves come back, he'll tell us about it, whether I'm wrong or not.
Question for the panel: does Rogue thinks auditors will make more money on a group channel than on their own channel, which is his YouTube channel? Do you think that they'll make more on this platform than they will on YouTube?
That really depends on how
I'll be the
successful we
token
are.
minority.
Easy,
If
Joe.
Sorry.
if you know we get to 1 million subscribers on the Roku channel, then we'll definitely be making more money than we do, you know, on our YouTube channels individually. But
Right.
you know, again, the reason we're starting this isn't about, you know, more money for us. It's about, you know, more education. That's what we're trying to get here. You know, they're like, oh, this, you know, content the same, this and that, and this and that. And you're not actually, you know, paying for the content. You're paying for the fact that, you know, this money is going to be used to educate a majority of the citizens, or you know, a good amount of the citizens. That's the catch. That's the sell. That's the magic. That's the you know, the cream filling in the Twinkie. That's what it's about.
I would agree, right? That is the you know, the reason I'm out every fucking day is this shit is really attractive. And Rogue, hang in there. You're gonna have your detractors, and listen, stop calling these niggas trolls. These niggas will be your best friend and my best allies, if not directly, indirectly, right? These niggas are gonna bring up points and shit that we would not have. I would not even thought about.
Yep.
So, you know,
you gotta be nice.
you know,
you gotta be nice. Gotta be nice.
Let's listen, at least listen like a
And
motherfucker.
No more telling law enforcement to have oral sex with you either. They're majorly awesome.
I'm finna drop a video now. As soon as I get off here, it's already uploaded. I just gotta push a button and there's blow me. The hashtag is fuck a cop is in the title. I can't
majorly.
monetize.
You're okay with that, man. You're okay with oral sex on law enforcement. Bro. What happens if one guy just goes for that Joe Cole cock?
It couldn't have been a chick. It couldn't have been a chick.
You're saying it to men majority. There's more men on the police force than women, and that's who you're saying it to. The majority of them are men.
Oh, well, I'd rather
why are you telling men? Why are you telling men to blow you?
Because I'm a big ass child, and I got
you are. You almost broke Liberty Bird's heart, and I had to beg him to come back on. Oh, fuck.
Slave. Who is this Liberty of which they speak?
Oh, this is a clusterfuck. This
he
dude.
Probably having, you know, he have a lot of internet issues.
It's his first time on the panel.
Yeah, I'm having a fucking massive issue with the internet.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Slave, who is this bird of which he speaks?
Oh, and I'm getting the call. You guys are fucked.
This is great, Sancho. You professional. Fuck you.
Oh man. Oh man. Bird's been on every night. Bird's been on every night, and he's never been this bad. I mean, this is a horrendous.
He obviously
this is bird shit, right? Yeah, this is bird shit right now, completely.
No more N-word. Don't watch my bid.
I gotta ask Major Lee. I mean, are there things in Joe's videos that you might have to tell him to scale down on, or no?
Good luck.
See,
absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely not. And if anything, again, this platform is so Joe is not penalized for you know what may happen during his video.
Right. Any video,
so
I'm sorry to interrupt, bro. Any video I got over like 50 and 60,000 views, which I maybe have not monetized.
Okay. After the Liberty Bird experience, I'm petrified to bring up Kev, but
hey guys.
I'm going to take the risk, and I'm going to pass off to Kev and see what questions or concerns he has.
Have you forgot the clusterfuck that he began last
I know. Don't remind me. Don't remind me of the
piece. Shut up, Joe.
Oh, that's why
I'm just curious.
Back up.
I'm just curious, does the board members get paid?
They should.
No, the board members of the 501c3 are not getting paid. Again, and again, I'm stupid about 501c3s. Unless I'm legally required to pay them, they're not getting paid.
You're not legally required. I've been part of several 501c3s where I did not get paid However, if we do make some bread, I'd like to see him get paid.
Right. Kev, you have any other questions?
Okay.
No, I'm eye candy. That's all.
Your eye candy as
So
usual?
you say.
That's right.
So you
Yeah.
say.
Well, like I said, and again, Paul brought up I have to drop off my sister and bring up somebody else. But I'm bringing up people that dedicate some time to the cause for free, and again, I can use that money for their salary to educate more citizens.
Right.
So, I mean, again, I know a lot of people want to, that don't know me want to say, what a bad person I am and how much I'm going to steal and, how much of a fraud and all this stuff I am. And I know they don't really know me, so I can look past that. But when you look at the application that I've set out here, you're going to see that there's no possibility of me doing that. There's no probability of someone not finding out if I do that. So, I mean, all their concerns really, when they think about it and look at it with logic and common sense, it's all going to melt away.
And don't take it personal, Rogue. Anyone who did this venture would have been under the same scrutiny.
And you're going to be under a spotlight. You're going to be there's going to be naysayers. I can name about 50,000 people who are pissed off that Liberty Bird didn't make your initial list.
I'm the only one that's not mad about it.
See? I told you he's going to pretend. I told you he's going to pretend. He's good at pretending. He's good at burying his emotions and pretending.
Sure. That's why I'm not monetized.
Oh, wait a minute. You're not jabbing me because I'm monetized now, are you?
I remember there was a time, Sancho, where you were on some, if you get monetized, you're a frauditor.
Oh, I did say that.
Yeah.
I mentioned PayPal. I don't have a PayPal. I will never have a PayPal.
I have a PayPal, but I have no monetization.
Fuck it.
I got a PayPal. It hasn't been hit in months, though. Don't nobody know anything about it, apparently.
I've been working for free for 4 months, and I'm monetized now. All right? I deserved it. Hundreds of videos.
How long ago was it that me and you did that Mount Pleasant video? Was that January of last year?
Yeah, it was cold, so it's coming up on. It's got to be like 9 months at least.
What?
No, dude, I'm thinking that it had to have been January.
Bird, can we focus on the subject here?
9 months.
I mean, like, you want to have a three-way with me later on? That's fine.
But get his phone number. Give him a call.
No, Sancho, I was just cucking you again on your own channel.
Can we reminisce about the past on some other time and talk about this network? You dumb motherfucker. Do you have any questions for Major League Awesome at least?
Yeah, I do. And my apologies. I just thought since Abrams was gone, one of us had to like assume the role of cucking others. In the meantime, so Major League, I'm kind of curious though. So you got quite the squad set up for this, and it's pretty cool that you guys are setting it up for a subscription thing. But ultimately, I guess my question is where do we draw the line between utilizing a civil rights auditing group / a constitutionalist group as just an open source of entertainment?
What?
Well, first let me say, Liberty Bird, that I didn't extend an invitation to you, sir, because I haven't been able to see your work. Unfortunately,
you ain't missing nothing, Rogue. You ain't missing nothing.
Yeah, and Joe's not lying. You're really not missing much. And don't worry, Rogue. I am not offended, but I'm just kind of curious though, because like we're not talking about like a YouTube platform or a social media platform at this time. We're talking about full-on entertainment platform.
Right, and the reason why I think a lot of us like the ideal is because we see that there's a lot of people, or some people in the community that is specifically entertainment based, and we want to kind of separate ourselves. I think, or at least I do. I want to separate myself and show people that I'm about the education part. I'm not about the entertainment part. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of channels out there for entertainment. That's why I don't cuss a lot in my videos. That's why I don't agitate a lot in my videos. I tell people, hey, there's plenty of channels out there. If you want to see some guy, say, fuck you to a cop, there's plenty of channels out there. You're not going to see that on my channel. And people to realize that, yeah, you know, me, and I'm hoping everybody in my group, I'm pretty sure we're about the education aspect of it. Okay.
I'm with you, baby.
Right,
I am.
right, absolutely. Because, and again, I'll say this again: when the whole of the citizenry is educated, we all benefit. It doesn't matter if you don't like my stuff. It doesn't matter if you like my stuff. When the whole citizenry is educated, we all benefit. It's basic.
Well, what do you say to the people that are your subs that say, "Hey, wait a minute, you guys, all you want to do is take money."
Yeah. It sounds like you're sucking on the phone.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's much better. Get it out of your throat.
Sorry about that. No, I was going to say, I was just wondering what you guys would say to that. Your subs, the people that follow you, you're asking to pay more money now. Where does that line stop? I mean, why do you think that people should pay for your activism?
Let me take that one. I was gonna say, let me take that one. The same people who do this are a lot like us, like-minded people, and the same reason that they support us in our endeavors out there on the streets. This is another way that they can lend their support to educate people and in other ways. This is expanding them. This is like Rogue said, it doesn't just benefit us. I'm not even sure. I'm not even looking for no bread for a year or something. 2% is nothing. And we need 10,000 or 100,000. So this venture is going to be fruitless for a long time. But the same way we're going out there, putting in our hard work and effort, these cats who can't go out there, $3-4 donate to try to make things better, educate motherfuckers, take a shot on making it a better world for $4. Who can pass that up? Who has a heart in this community? This is all we live and breathe for, even those in chat.
So I need to put your the marketing hat on and let me know where you are with time, because I know you have to work in a half hour. I have somebody who's backstage who is kind of on the fence about subscribing to your Roku channel. And I want to kind of give him the platform to kind of get you to change his mind. I don't know, maybe.
It's a good idea.
Taco Josh, are you on the fence right now about this program? And I kind of want to give him a chance to kind of sell it to you a little bit.
I've got a lot of questions about the plan.
Well, yeah. Well, we got a few minutes only, so
kind of. Don't worry about that fence, Taco. Apparently, I live on there.
So, do you have a business plan that goes past 1 year, 2 years? Do you have it, going 5 years out, or are you going by, the seat of your pants? That's my first question.
Good question, Taco.
Okay, a business plan for 5 years out, like what? Like what kind of equipment I'll need in 5 years? I mean, this is a pretty basic operation, and we don't want to try to complicate it too much by things that might never happen or might never appear.
Right.
95% of all small businesses fail. So
right.
we're already battling that. What we're going to do is we're putting it out. We're going to see what we can do with it, and we're going to, go along with it and modify it as needed. I'd like to say that I spent 6 months working out a 10-year plan, but again, most small businesses fail within 5. So we're trying to be as realistic as possible.
Since we're short on time, my next question is, I kind of missed part of the program. Are all the channels that are part of this, are they exclusive to the Roku and everything, or are they still going to be posted on YouTube?
Everybody's still posting on YouTube. No one is exclusive to the channel. The way the program works is each content producer gives up 10 videos a month. I'm going to do an exclusive, like 1, 2, maybe 3 videos a month, but I've asked the other guys if they could possibly put 1 exclusive video up a month. So
yeah,
I mean,
I'll do most the same. Not abandoning YouTube,
shit.
But yes, I do want to give some exclusive content over there. But YouTube is YouTube is home, it's mom, and all of that shit. But yes, I plan on putting that exclusive content over there, Josh. I mean, sorry, Taco.
That's fine. You can call me Josh, whatever. Now that Abrams is gone, I'm fine with calling me Josh.
I kind of cursed you when I said that. I feel like I was being disrespectful because of that dude.
No, he's gone, so that's fine.
You're the new Josh now.
Yeah.
Right.
But you talked about 2 million viewers. Most of the audio channels are around 30 to 50K. How many do you actually expect to join this channel? Do you have like kind of a rough estimate that you think will be what will be an initial success for this channel?
This motherfucker's gonna climb that ladder.
For viewership.
10,000 subscribers is my first goal, and let me do a quick breakdown real quick. Of the 20 activists combined together, we have about 1 million subs. John Felix alone's got 220,000. Big Nick's got 130,000. That's almost 400,000 subs right there. Of course, NewsNet California coming in at 70. Me at
but
50.
You guys share a lot of the same subs.
Yeah, that's right. They overlap.
Right, we do share. We share a lot of the same subs. So let's just say that in total, we'll take Amagansett Press, okay, because he's the one with the largest, I believe, sub count of the actual people that are actually auditing. John Felix doesn't actually go out and audit, so we'll use Amagansett Press as a good board. He's got 191,000 subscribers right now. So let's say there's 200,000 subscribers in the First Amendment auditing community. Okay, so a 10,000 subscriber switch over would only be 5% of the available subscribers that already are on YouTube and subscribing. Now, analytic wise, 70% of my views come from people that are not subscribed to my channel, and I've talked with other auditors, and that's basically the roundabout number. So,
yeah, same here.
So I mean, there's a lot of people out there that watch our stuff that aren't subscribed to our stuff that maybe will come over to Roku and subscribe because the exclusive content or what have you not, or because again, I've had people say that they don't have Roku and they're still going to donate because they want that money to go to the education part of it. So I mean, I got great feelings about it. I do believe people want to see change. I do believe people have been waiting to see change. I know they have, and I do believe that people don't think.
I got to question one thing on that you just said. If they're not willing to subscribe to a free channel, they're going to subscribe to a $3.99 channel.
Right. What I'm saying is these people watch our videos anyway. They watch them whether they're subscribed or not. Okay, so they're watching the videos. That's the important part. So if they want to watch our exclusive videos, then they would have to pay to sign up. You know what I'm saying? So they can't watch it for free without subscribing. Like again, 70% of my views come from people that aren't subscribed, but yet they watch every single video I put out.
Is this where you're gonna hide some of your more controversial videos so that like channels like Masshole and Kenny Klein can't criticize them?
I'm not sure what you mean by criticizing. And I'm not sure what you mean by.
I think he's being fed. Are you being fed questions, Josh? Be honest.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I don't know about hiding them. I was in Discord. At Masshole Discord the other day. Kate said she's getting a subscription, so I don't know how I would hide them.
I'm not in any Discord, so
how would they be hidden? That's what I was.
Well, if Kenny Klein or Kate or someone like that doesn't want to, subscribe.
Oh, what if they mirror it or show a clip of it? Will you go after them legally?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Fair
I'm
use.
with Kate now, by the way.
Yeah. So am I. I mean, fair use is fair use, and I've never went after. I don't think Massholes ever did anything on me, but I've never went after like vilified freedom. He's got like 3 or 4 of my videos he does, and fair use, and you know, even if it's not, I'm not gonna, you know, dick around and watch the video and see if it's exactly 70-30 or whatever the thing is. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, any press is good press, bad press or not. So if you guys want to rip me up on Masshole, you know, 3 nights a week, I'm going to end up getting another 100, 200 subs from that. Go ahead.
Do you think you might lose control of it being restreamed on YouTube, which defeats the purpose of exclusivity?
That was dope.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, again, I don't think it's going to be logical for anybody to restream content that's already on YouTube and my channel back to YouTube. Like I said,
right.
If people are given 90% of content that's already on YouTube and only giving me 10% of content that's not on YouTube, I mean, there's not a lot of incentive for people to stream. Right.
There's channels built on that. They like to do that. That's all they do.
Yeah, but that's very small margin, small amount. That wouldn't affect the thing.
Since No Name's a part of this and he's in charge of Josh's channel, is Josh Abrams a part of this?
Girl, fuck no.
First of all, No Name is not a part of this and never was a part of this and never will be a part of this.
Who heard that rumor besides me?
That's probably because he was on panel with us.
So you heard that rumor, Josh? Did you hear that rumor?
Yeah, I've heard that rumor. I've heard it on several different in different chat rooms.
Thank you. I thought it was just the marijuana that I finally smoked after 24 hours. I thought it was the bio Jesus joke. But no, that's a common thing that's spreading around. That fuck DSS.
Probably because he was on the channel with us that one day, so people assumed that those people were.
He looked important. Yeah, he was standing next to you guys. He was standing next to you guys during a press conference. Why would you guys put him on panel? You didn't let NJ Diver on panel, but you let No Name Audits on panel. What the fuck are you people thinking?
Oh shit!
Yeah, I had no control over who was on there. But listen, I got to bounce, guys. I got to get ready to eat and go to work. So thanks for having me, Sancho. And again, if you guys have any, any more specific
your social media platforms where this new network's going to be, a Twitter feed, like what do you got for social media platforms right now?
It's ActivismNewsNetwork.com. Okay. The 501c3 can be found at expandingfreedom.org, and that's expanding XP, not EX.
Right.
And of course, you know, my email address, patriotdiscussions@gmail.com. If you have more specific questions, they're always available to contact me there. So
I greatly appreciate your time, and I really hope to have you back on, and we can definitely have a good amount of your members come in and out to talk about their experiences on your network if you would like. You have an open door invite.
You be easy.
Bro. All right, guys. Thanks again.
Thanks again. All right, everyone. Yep. That was Rogue Nation. Please, everyone, like, share, and subscribe to Rogue Nation. Thank you again for coming on, Rogue Nation.